game is over. South Shore survives a late scare, and they are the 2024 New York State Little League Baseball champions.
Live from Great Kills Little League on Staten Island, New York, the PDF Sports Network brings to you coverage of the 10U Eastern Regional Championship Tournament. And our first game of pool play here, we have Delaware versus Pennsylvania. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nicholas Pavona, and we do apologize if there was any connection issues we had to start our pregame coverage. We hope that those issues are fixed before the beginning of today's pool play action between Delaware and Pennsylvania. The first game of pool play here on this side of the field. Of course, we have on the other site location right now going, New York will take on Vermont. In that matchup, a crossover matchup for the Mid-Atlantic region and the New England region. On this side of the bracket, it is the Mid-Atlantic region. Pennsylvania, of course, and Delaware as well, represented here today as they try to go to 1-0 in pool play. And we'll break down this tournament in just a moment, exactly what these teams need to do over the week in order to ensure themselves a spot into their respective regional championships, get one step closer to moving on to the East Regional Championship game itself. Teams are currently being introduced out onto the field. Starting lineups as well. We'll have the national anthem in just a moment as well. Once the anthem is played, we'll take a quick commercial break here. And I'll give you those starting lineups once we return. Delaware, the away team in this game. Pennsylvania is the home team. Big matchup for these two teams, having the chance to start out here today and showcase their talents here on this stage. As I mentioned before, the national anthem is about to be played. What we'll do is take a quick break here on the PDF Sports Network. Lineups and first pitch on the other side of this break between Delaware and Pennsylvania.
K&S Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
State Little
At this time, I would like to remind you that this is Little League property, and the possession or consumption of alcoholic beverages is strictly prohibited. Please give the appropriate recognition to both sides when deserved. Best of luck to both teams.
We are back here in Great Kills Little League. As I mentioned, folks, and we are back here on the PDF Sports Network. We do apologize once again if we are having any Wi-Fi issues right now at the moment with over here at Great Kills Little League. Right now I'm trying to attend to not only my audio issues but as well as our internet connectivity issues. So we do apologize if that is continuing to happen. Still monitoring that as this game goes on. for those that are tuning in, if the broadcast does seem right now to be, right now dealing with
Now batting for Delaware, the right fielder, number 71. Scarlett West, number 71.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, we are still dealing with some issues right now with our connectivity and our audio. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to hop off a headset for the moment, try to see if I can fix those issues for the time being. For the time being, we'll keep you down this first base line. There's currently 1 out in the inning with a runner on for Delaware as they've come up to the plate. Okay, we are back for the home second here at Great Kills Little League, where I think we have fixed our issues with our Wi-Fi issues as well as fixing the center field camera that is displaying our pitcher-batter camera. For Delaware in that inning, they got a runner on base, but we're not able to bring home that runner from first, and they go down in the inning. We'll give you the Delaware lineup quickly before this inning, where Pennsylvania will come up to bat for the first time. Olivia Owens, followed by Scarlett West, followed by Harper Holland, Julia Owens, it's Mila Feathers, Caitlin Panzer, Gabriella Class, Spencer Breeding, Spencer Bredding, Lily Brazier, Lee Phillips, Shelby Bollinger, and Nora Bunting. That is the lineup today for Delaware. We'll give you the lineups for Pennsylvania in just a moment. And starting pitcher today for Delaware, while I almost forget, is going to be Mila Feathers. Evie Scott will be the first batter here for Pennsylvania. She swings and misses for a strike, 0-1. For now, I will relay the count. So now it goes to 0-2. Scott gets to start at shortstop today. Natalie Lehman, the opposing pitcher for Pennsylvania, is on deck. Give you the rest of the Pennsylvania lineup in just a moment. The 0-2. That one hit into left center. That one drops in. It's going to be an extra base hit. Rounding first ahead to second easily is Scott. She now makes her way over to third base, and she is in safely. Evie Scott gets herself a leadoff triple and gets things going for Pennsylvania. Natalie Lehman, the opposing pitcher, now has herself an RBI opportunity here in the first. Early jam here for Feathers. That one goes to the backstop, but Scott will have to hold over at third base. Followed by Lehman, it's going to be Delaney Schilling, Brielle Esch, Kenley Shimshak. She will be followed by Nola Sloan. As another wild pitch, here comes Scott, and she will score with ease. It's an early 1-0 lead for Pennsylvania on the wild pitch. We saw how big of a factor wild pitches played in the baseball tournament. And now here for this softball tournament, it's an early 1-0 Pennsylvania lead. That one hit foul behind the plate. After Sloan, it's Madison Lehman, Kylie Miller, Piper Gokenauer, Piper Gokenauer, Addison Davis, Olivia Porter, and then Cammie Mock. Count here is 1-1. Lehman now with a 1-0 lead in this game. Make the count now the count 3-2. It's a full count here for Lehman. (3-2). In there for strike 3. Big out number 1 right there for Feathers as she gets the strikeout.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 32. Delaney Schilling, number 32.
Delaney Schilling now comes up to the plate. She gets the start at second base. Hits that one over to third. Long throw, and the runner is safe. Schilling will reach first base safely. It's another early base runner here for Pennsylvania in the first. Brielle Esch, the third baseman, now comes up to the plate. That one in there for a strike, 0-1. 0-1. Foul out of play, 0-2. It's an 0-2 count here for Ash. The 0-2. Once again, foul out of play towards the Pennsylvania dugout. Those are tuned into our parade coverage. We will break down just a moment the tournament breakdown for this East Regional Championship, and I think we do have a moment in time right here. So for the tournament, there are 10 teams total in this tournament. 5 of the Mid-Atlantic region, including the 2 that are playing here today. Over the other side of the field, another team for the Mid-Atlantic region, New York, is taking on Vermont. We'll talk about Vermont in just a second. The other 2 teams outside of Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New York. That one hit over towards second and past the second baseman. And it goes all the way into right field and off toward the fence. That will award Pennsylvania another run. Moving all the way over to third base is Esch. And it's now a 2-0 lead for Pennsylvania. A quick start to this game for Pennsylvania. They've now jumped out to a 2-0 lead in this one. First got away from the second baseman and then got away from the right fielder. And some early trouble here for Delaware. There's another wild pitch, but the runner will hold over at third. Kenley Shimshak is at the plate. Still just 1 out in the inning. It's quickly now a 2-0 count. After this next pitch, I'll break down the tournament once again. It's a 2-0 count here now for Feathers. It's a big swing and a miss for a strike, 2-1. So as I mentioned, 10 teams total, 5 of the Mid-Atlantic, 5 of the New England region. Each teams are going to play 3 games of pool play. There will be some crossover games. We currently have one going on the other field, the 2-1 on the outside for ball 3. At the end of pool play, the teams are going to be ranked 1 to 5. The first semifinal will be the 2nd seed versus the 3 seed on both sides of their respective regions. There will then be a play-in between the 4 and 5 seeds, as that one misses for ball 4, and that will award a walk to Shimshak. That will bring up Nola Sloan.
The right fielder, number 22, Nora Sloan, number 22.
The play-in between the 4 and 5 seeds will then award that winner the matchup in the 2nd semifinal against the 1 seed. There goes the runner to second, and no throw right there. Shimshak now is over at second base, and now a chance for Sloan with a base hit to bring home 2 runs. 0-1. This tying outside 1-1. The winner of the 2 semifinal games then will meet for the championship of their respective regions on Wednesday. The 2 winners of those region championships. That one's hit into left center. That one could be trouble. That one drops in for a base hit, and that will also go all the way towards the fence. 2 more runs to score for Pennsylvania on a 2-run double by Sloan. It's 4-0, Pennsylvania on top. A great start to this game if you're Pennsylvania, jumping out to an early 4-0 lead in this game. Now Madison Lehman will come up to the plate. As I mentioned it before, the 2 winners of the respective region champions will now meet for the Eastern Regional Championship game. That game on Wednesday, scheduled for 3 p.m. The PDF will bring you all along the way. We'll have every single game of pool play, the respective semifinal matchups, and of course, all 3 championship games as Lehman's first swing was checked, but in there for a strike, 0-1. It's a big spot for Feathers. Currently already down 4-0. They really need to get out of this inning. If you're Delaware, trying to make sure it doesn't get any further than this. It's now 0-2. Feathers get a big strikeout right here for the second out of the inning. 0-2. Chopped towards the Pennsylvania dugout, but foul. Do it once again on 0-2. That one hit into right, and that one is going to drop in for another base hit. And the run will score as well. Shimshak with great running, or excuse me, that's Sloan with the good running right there. She scores all the way from second base. And Lehman gets herself an RBI hit. It's now a 5-0 Pennsylvania lead, and that'll bring up Kylie Miller. Miller takes a big swing and a miss for a strike, 0-1. She gets to start behind the plate today. Oh, 1. This is high and outside, 1-1. Still just one out of the inning. The 1-1. Big swing and a miss from Miller there, 1-2. One, two. Just fouled off behind the plate. We will do it again here on 1-2. And once again, Miller hits a foul. Good battle brewing right here between Feathers and Miller. Miller, the 8th hitter in this lineup that has come to bat in this first inning. 1-2. And again, she just gets a piece of it. Seen so many defensive cuts over the week here at Great Kills. Another couple good defensive cuts right there, for this time from Miller. 1-2. Hit towards the circle. Tough play for Feathers, but she does make it the catch and hold the runner over at first base for the second out. Looked like for a second that one almost dropped onto the infield, but Feathers made sure to make that catch. Now Piper Gogenauer will come up to the plate. 2 go in the inning, and she swings and misses for a strike, 0-1. Gogenauer starting in center field today for her team. Here comes the 0-1. Misses low for a ball, 1-1. Should be good now with our pitch count. Back on your screens here. 1-1 is the count with 2 gone in the inning. Big swing and a miss there for a strike, 1-2. They throw over to first. Lehman is back in safely. It's going to be a 1-2 here from Feathers. This is low for a ball, 2-2. The 2-2 misses low for a ball, 3. Lehman will stay over at first base, and the count's now full at 3-2. The 3-2. Misses low for ball 4. And Gogenauer works herself a 2-out walk. 10th Pennsylvania hitter will come up to the plate, Addison Davis. Conference at the circle right now. This Feathers get some water. It is a hot day here at Great Kills, so players trying to make sure they are well conditioned for a day like this here today. 2 runners on with 2 outs in the inning. As I mentioned, the 10th batter of the inning for Pennsylvania, Addison Davis at the plate. She's one of the extra hitters in this lineup today. Hits that one foul and out of play, 0-1. This is on the outside for a ball, 1-1. Slayman gets a long turnover at second base. Trying to force a throw from the pitcher. This is now 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. And that's a strikeout right there. Davis down swinging, and that will retire the side. Feathers does escape this jam here in the home first, but not before Pennsylvania comes around to bring home 5 runs at the top half of the first inning. They go into the top of the second with a 5-0 lead. Top half of the second inning here at Great Kills Little League. 5-0 lead for Pennsylvania after 1 inning of play here. Wheel of Feathers at the plate. The opposing pitcher is now quickly behind the count 0-2. Now, folks, we just want to give a quick update for this game here today. We are monitoring a potential thunderstorm that might happen here on Staten Island. as there's a strikeout for the first out of the inning. In the event that there is a severe thunderstorm, what we will have to do is we will have to suspend our broadcast for the time being, and we will keep everyone up to date on all of our social media pages on the next steps that will happen afterwards. The game does continue where there was some rain and the game can continue on there. We will have to take down the pitcher batter camera out in center field. Once I do that, I will make my way back towards the press box to call the rest of the action here between Delaware and Pennsylvania. 0-1 the count here. Caitlin Panzer is at the plate. Panzer, one of the extra hitters in the Delaware lineup. It's that one foul and out of play down the left field line, 0-2. Count out 0-2 here for Lehman against Panzer. 0-2. This is high and outside, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Panzer down swinging on the high fastball, and there's now 2 away. Gabriella Class now comes up with 2 gone. Again, the start over in left field here today. Quickly 2 now gone in the inning as she swings and misses for a strike, 0-1. Seems early on Lehman's fastball is working good. For Pennsylvania, a guy like that early on, not only in this scheme, but potentially for the rest of this tournament. The 0-1. Hit down the first base line, and it'll be played just foul. The count now goes to 0-2. Lehman was trying to retrieve that ball in fair territory, get the runner out at first. Was not able to do so. This Class now is in an 0-2 strike. Can Lehman get herself a quick 1-2-3 inning? Fouled off behind the plate, remains 0-2. Comes another 0-2. Half swing, did she go? A lot of confusion, but she did go. That was strike 3. Class down swinging on the check swing, and that will do it here in the top half of the second inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Natalie Lehman on in the circle. Her team goes out into the bottom half of the second inning with a 5-0 lead. And we are back for the home second inning here at Great Kills Little League. Pennsylvania jumping out to an early 5-0 lead in this first day of pool play here in the Softball East Regional Championship Tournament. Big swing and a miss right there. Olivia Porter at the plate. Count goes to 0-1. Big first inning for Pennsylvania. They brought up 10 batters to the plate in that first. It'll be 11, 12, and 1 up in this second. As Porter's down swinging once again, 0-2. From Feathers. And another big swing and a miss for strike 3. Making quick work of Porter is Feathers, and there's quickly one gone here in the second. Cami Mock comes up with one gone. Another big swing and a miss for a strike 0-1. Be huge for Feathers if she can get a quick 1-2-3 inning here. Her team tries to come back from this 5-run deficit. Foul behind the plate 0-2. Chop towards the circle down the third base line. Feathers with a long throw over to first base. Not in time. Cami Mock will get herself an infield single. Pennsylvania has a runner on with one gone in the inning.
Now batting, Pennsylvania, the shortstop, number 21, Evie Scott, number 21.
Evie Scott now comes up with a runner on. Already has herself a base hit in this game. That's now 4 hits for Pennsylvania in this one. That one in the dirt. But Mock will now move over to second base. She'll stay over at first. And it's a 1-0 count. That one hit into center. Right there is the Delaware center fielder. Lee Phillips, 2 gone. I'll bring up Natalie Lehman now with 2 gone. That one misses high and outside, 1-0 the count. Big swing and miss right there by Lehman, 1-1. Hit foul behind the plate now, 1-2. Feathers now 1 strike away from a scoreless second inning right here. The 1-2. This is on the inside. There goes the runner to second, and there will be no throw. Mock is in there with a stolen base. Count now even to 2. Runner now in score position here for Pennsylvania, 2-2. And it misses on the outside, ball 3. It's now a full count for Lehman. Three-two. Looks like Lehman just got a piece, and that is indeed the case. It will remain a full count. Hit into right. Could be trouble, but it will fall in front, and Lehman just will reach first base safely. Sometimes you see that on those bloopers out into right field. A play could be made over at first base. Lehman in safely. Moving over to third base was Mock. Now Delaney Schilling will have herself a chance with runners on first and third. Still just 2 outs in the inning. Hit up the middle. Played by Feathers in the circle, and she makes the throw over to first base in time. That will retire the side. Feathers able to work out of the jam here in the home second as we now head to the top of the third inning here at Great Kills Little League. Pennsylvania leads this one 5-0.
Breeding, number 22.
Spencer Breeding will lead it off here in the top half of the third. Pennsylvania leads this one 5-0 as Delaware trying to get back into this game, get onto the score column. Huge defensive play in that last half inning by Mila Feathers kept this a 5-run game. It will be 8, 9, and 10 up in the inning for Delaware. They have just the one hit in this game so far. Showing bunt right there is Breeding. It's in there for a ball, 1-0. Do apologize earlier if I said Breading. Had the wrong spelling on my roster page. Breeding shows bunt once again. The count is quickly 2-0. This is a big spot here for Delaware in this game early on. We're able to get a scoreless second. The bottom half of the order step up here. Again, showing bunt is Breeding. And looking at the scoreboard now, the count is 1-2. So that second pitch, they did say that was a strike. And it's now a 1-2 count here for Breeding. Here comes the 1-2 from Lehman. That one is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down swinging right there is Breeding for the first out of the inning. It's another punch out for Lehman. Lily Brayshaw now up at the plate. Getting the start over at second base today for Delaware. She swings and misses for a strike, 0-1. As I mentioned, in the event of a potential thunderstorm here, what we'll do is look out over at first base. My goodness. Took a ricochet off the backstop and towards the Pennsylvania dugout. As I mentioned, if it is a severe thunderstorm, we will have to suspend the stream for now. And we'll give updates for the time being afterwards. There's another strikeout for Lehman. And just like that, quickly 2 gone here in this third inning. Be sure to follow us all on our social media. We'll provide any updates that once we hear them. There is a potential storm on our way. 2 gone down the inning. Once again, hit foul down the first base line. This is Lee Phillips at the plate. She gets the start in center field. Trying to get Delaware a 2-out rally here. Oh, 1. 1-1 now. We're in position up here at the press box. You can see those dark clouds starting to move over here at Great Hills. There's a big swing and a miss right there. Phillips now in a 1-2 count. Soft liner once again into the dugout of Pennsylvania. You think you'd be fine with that cage fence towards themselves, but that's now the second foul ball of the inning that's gone into their dugout. Cal will remain 1-2. Lehman looking for a 1-2-3 third inning, and she will get it. And she gets another strikeout as she retires the side with all strikeouts in this inning. 1-2-3 top of the third for Pennsylvania. They now head into the bottom of the third inning with a still 5-0 lead.
Deli, we're glad to be your go-to pizzeria, serving you the best pies, signature sandwiches, and gourmet meals in Staten Island since 1971. Visit us at 5373 Arthur Kill Road to find out why we're the island's best for quick bites and full-sized catering. Whether in person or on location with our food truck making stops and bringing it all to you, Town Deli is where excellence in quality meets taste. Voted the island's best. Stop on in and let us serve you.
All right, folks, I'm being just told that in a few short moments, the players are going to be told to get off the field. There is a lightning warning right now currently going on here at Great Kills. On the other field where New York is taking on Vermont, they had to suspend play in that game because of lightning, and they're about to suspend play here due to lightning as well. We talked about it before, that the dark clouds are starting to move over here. And the players now will be told to find some shelter, and that's certainly going to be the case. You can see it. I'm not sure if you can really see it, but you can even see it on our camera. It is starting to get, those dark clouds are really starting to murmur over here at Great Kills Little League. So with the lightning delay, what we're going to do is we're going to have to move some of our equipment out in center field, our pitcher batter camera. I will go do that right now. For the time being, we will leave our white screen on the board, and once we find out any word on if the game will resume here today, we will bring you back that news all over our social media pages. Make sure to tune in onto our social media pages to find out any further confirmation on if this game will continue here today. Right now, as we go towards this current pause in this game, Pennsylvania leads Delaware 5-0 into the bottom half of the third inning correction as we go to our lightning delay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here from Great Hills Little League, where Delaware got the final 2 outs of the home third. And we now head to the top of the fourth inning. It is still a 5-0 lead. Trying to get myself situated here. Just give me one moment, folks. We had a lightning and rain delay that stopped today's contest and now resumed here as we now head to the top of the fourth inning. We would like to also point out that our pitcher batter camera out in center field will no longer be in use for today. So this angle we currently have right now will currently be our pitcher batter camera for the rest of today's coverage here on the PDF Sports Network. Over on the other field, Vermont leads New York 1-0 in that game. My broadcast partner Joe Foreman on the coverage for that game. Those that stayed in during our weather delay, we appreciate everyone staying along our coverage here of day one's coverage of pool play for this East Regional Championship Tournament. Pennsylvania looking to start off 1-0 in pool play with a victory against Delaware.
The extra hitter number 11, Shelby Bollinger, number 11.
Shelby Bollinger will lead it off here in the top half of the fourth. Delaware still in search of their first run of this game. They have just one hit so far as well in this one. Trying to get some offensive spark going as they are down to their last couple of outs in this game. And we'll see how Natalie Lehman does on the circle after a very long wait in between her last inning of work during that lightning delay. In that bottom of the third, Mila Feathers got the last 2 outs of the inning consecutively to end that bottom of the third. Shelby Bollinger is in a 1-1 count. She swings and misses for a strike. Count now 2-1. That one misses for a ball. Now 3-1. So Bollinger can get on. It'd be a leadoff walk to start off the fourth. 3-1 from Lehman. And misses low and inside, ball 4. So Bollinger gets herself a leadoff walk to start the fourth. And that'll bring up Nora Bunting. Half of this Delaware lineup looking to make some noise before the top half of the order comes up to the plate. Going in there for a strike on 1. If there are any other weather delays in this scheme, once again, we will do the same thing we did before. We will throw it onto our white screen and give up any further updates as the day goes along. Hopefully for our sake, there are no more weather delays. Still have a lot more games to go here at Great Hills Little League. Give you that schedule in just a moment. Count now goes to 1-2. So as I mentioned, this game here today, you have Delaware versus Pennsylvania. On the other field, it is New York versus Vermont. As that one misses for a ball, now 2-2. The game that follows this one will feature 2 teams from the New England region, Massachusetts and Maine. On the other field, it will be New Jersey and Maryland. That one swung on a miss, strike 3. Bunting down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Olivia Owens now comes up with 1 gone in the inning. Final game of pool play here tonight will be between Connecticut and Rhode Island for the matchup in the New England region. Count goes to 1-0. It's back to the top of the Delaware lineup. This time is called. Lehman gets another softball, and we'll have to see if that's also something that happens in this game, where the pitchers are trying to get the right grip and command for some of the softballs they're going to be throwing the rest of this game. Bunt shown towards the circle. Going to be a tough play for Lehman. On to first base, not in time. That's going to be an infield single. Going from second to third is going to be Bollinger, and moving over from first to second is Owens. It'll be a single and an error on the play. Delaware's got something brewing here on the top half of the fourth. Second and third, now 1 out in the inning. Scarlett West now gets herself a huge chance. Realistically, the first big opportunity Delaware's had in this game to bring home a run. They are one base hit away from bringing home potentially two. Chopper towards the circle. Lehman plays it. Throws it onto first base in time. They get the out at first, and they hold the runner Bollinger over at third. That is great defense right there by Pennsylvania as they hold the runner at third base, and there's now two gone in the inning. Harper Holland now will be the last chance for Delaware in the inning to try to bring home a run. First base is open. Now two gone in the inning. That one in there for a strike, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 from Lehman. That one on the outside for a ball, 1-1 now the count. A really tough play for Bollinger over at third. Don't want to risk getting out on the base paths to end the inning on a double play ball. So here comes the 1-1. Hit foul and out of play, now 1-2. So after having second and third, one out, Lehman's now one strike away from getting out of the inning unscathed. Keeping her team up by 5 heading into the bottom half of the fourth. Here comes another 1-2. Just chopped foul behind the plate. It'll be another 1-2 here. Here comes the 1-2 from Lehman. Again, chop foul, and again, once again. Heads up over down the first base dugout where Pennsylvania is. We saw that before the delay, where two foul balls were hit towards that Pennsylvania dugout. A third one right there. And we will do it once again on 1-2. And again, down the first base line and foul. It still remains 1-2. Once again, for those joining us after our rain delay, we'll have just two angles for the duration of this game here today. There'll be another 1-2 here from Lehman. It misses 2-2. Good battle brewing between Holland and Lehman. It's now a 2-2 count here. Hit over into second, past the second baseman into right field for a base hit. It goes all the way to the fence. Harper Holland delivers with a potential double. She's going over to third base, and she is in there safely. The ball got past the third baseman. She will award herself with a 2-run triple, and just like that, Delaware is on the board. It's 5-2. Holland fouled off a couple of pitches in that bat, kept the at-bat going, and gets a huge 2-run triple to now make this a 3-run game. Julia Owens now at the plate. She gets on the potential tying runs at the plate for Delaware. She chops that one foul off the plate, 0-1. Delaware was one strike away from not bringing home a run in the inning. They've now brought home 2. Have a chance to bring home a third right here. Can they get themselves another big 2-out hit? It's an 0-1 count. Did have time called down the third base line. They're checking the runner over at third base, Holland. And it looks like we are ready to resume play. Here comes the 0-1. Misses for a ball, 1-1. It's a 1-1 count, 2 gone the inning, runner over at third. And the 1-1. Hit over towards third and caught over at third base. A great play over at the hot corner. That was Brielle Esch that made the catch. That will retire the side. But Delaware does bring home 2 runs of the inning on the 2-run triple by Harper Holland. We head to the home 4th inning here at Great Kills Little League. It is now a 5-2 lead for Pennsylvania.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
This week's tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
And we are back for the home 4th inning here at Great Hills Little League. 5-2 lead for Pennsylvania as Delaware gets themselves onto the scoreboard with a 2-run triple off the bat of Harper Holland. It's giving Delaware some life now as we head to this home 4th inning. That one hit towards the circle, up the middle. Going to be a tough play over at short. Throw to first base. In time, but the first baseman came off the bag. A great play over at short by Julia Owens. But Olivia Owens came off of the base. So Madison Lehman reaches first base safely. And now bring up Kylie Miller. Fortunate break right there for Pennsylvania as they get themselves an early base runner. Let's see what Kylie Miller could do here. Hit over towards short once again. Flip over to second for 1, and there will not be a play over at first base. Piper Gogenauer now with 2 gone in the inning. Miller over now at first base on that fielder's choice. This count goes to 0-1. Count now 0-2. Hit foul behind the plate. Once again, we'll be 0-2. Phil's looking for a quick inning here. Trying to keep Pennsylvania off the board once again. The 0-2. This is for a ball, and Owens will make sure the runner doesn't go. They throw it over to first base, but back in safely is Miller there now, 1-2. So I do have to make a correction. Julia Owens is now behind the plate, so there were some defensive substitutions during that last half inning. Harper Holland was the one that made that play over at shortstop. 1-2. Make it now 2-2. And misses for ball 3. It's a full count. Full count 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Big strikeout right there for Feathers. Now 2 gone in the inning. And now bring up Addison Davis. Takes that one on the outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. One-0. Chop foul. 1-1. One-one. Count now goes 2-1. And that one flipped over to first base in time, and that will retire the side. So Feathers does get out of the inning unscathed, does not allow a run here in the home fourth. We now head to the top of the fifth inning here at Great Kills Little League. It is still a 5-2 lead for Pennsylvania.
Staten Island Academy is the only pre-K through 12 independent school on Staten Island. And it really is designed for students to go through the entire educational experience in one setting.
What the Academy seeks to do is take every student to accelerate their gifts and their strengths and to find those gifts and strengths that are yet unknown.
I think the community is something that you can't match anywhere else. It just makes you feel comfortable doing what you like to do every single day.
The Staten Island Fairy Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Fairy Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
Well, Staten Island University Hospital, we strive to address the diverse mental health needs for the community. Listen in for some great tips from the Chair of Behavioral Health, Dr. Rashi Agarwal, and Dr. Brahim Ardolik to support positive outcomes.
And we We are back for the top of the fifth inning here. It is a 5-2 Pennsylvania lead in this East Regional Softball Championship Tournament. Game 1 of pool play. Pennsylvania trying to close in on a 1-0 start in this pool play with the potential victory over Delaware. Delaware able to get some runs in that last inning of play. We'll see if they can get some more here in this top fifth. They will bring up 5, 6, and 7 up in the inning. Feathers, Panzer, and Class. In their first strike, 0-1. The 0-1. 1-1. See if I can get a score update from the other site. My broadcast partner Joe Foreman's on the call for that game between New York and Vermont. Hit towards into right field, through for a base hit. Or is it a base hit? Feathers just reaches first base safely. Barely beat it by a step, almost getting out at the play. A good strong throw out from right field. But Feathers is on with a leadoff single. Now Caitlin Panzer comes up to the plate. An update from the other side. New York has now taken a 5-1 lead. They're going into the top of the fifth inning in that game as well. Panzer just gets a piece of that one. Foul 0-1. Lehman checks the wristband. We'll go here on 0-1. There's a big swing and miss for a strike, 0-2. It's now an 0-2 count here. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Panzer down swinging for the first out of the inning. Gabriella Class now comes up, one gone, but the runner is still over on first. Delaware gets one more base runner. They bring the tying run to the plate. So there's a swing and a miss for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Again, swung on a miss, 0-2. Lehman now looking for back-to-back punch-outs here in the inning. The 0-2. Hit into second, but right to the second baseman. They turn the double play. Great defense right there by Pennsylvania. Delaney Schilling made the play on the line drive, flipped it over to first base in time, and that will retire the side. Delaware strands the runner over at first here in the top half of the fifth. We head to the home fifth inning here at Great Kills Little League. 5-2 lead for Pennsylvania.
K&S Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
New York State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week, with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
Olivia Porter will lead it off here in the home fifth inning. Her team still leads this one 5-2. Nice double play ball in that last half inning for Pennsylvania's defense, turned by Delaney Schilling. Keeps this game at 5-2 score here in this home fifth inning. It'll be 11-12-1 up for Pennsylvania in the inning. Porter, Mock, and Scott. This is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Half swing. Looks like she held up. Or maybe not. 1-1. 1-1. Chopped towards the circle. Played by Feathers. On to first base in time. And there is one away. Quick work right there for Weathers getting the out. Excuse me, for Feathers. Weathers still currently in my mind, obviously, folks. Feathers makes the play on the circle. First out of the inning. Now bring up Cammie Mock, excuse me. That was the one that got a single her last time up. Hits that one over towards third, and that one gets into left field. That one's in for a base hit. Cammie Mock is on with a one-out single, her second hit of the game. Pennsylvania looking to get some more runs here in this game. And now we'll bring it back to the top of the lineup. Heavy Scott now up at the plate. Delaware cannot afford to give up any more runs in this spot right here. It's on the outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. Hit into right. And that drops in for another base hit. And that one is going to get into shallow right center field. Scott's going over to second. She's calling a rundown, but the ball got past the second and shortstop. And that allows her to get into second base. Mock also moves over to third. There's some miscommunication right there by the Delaware middle infield. Now where it's Pennsylvania's second and third. Still just one out. Natalie Lehman now will come up, trying to help her own cause. Lehman hits that one the opposite way. It drops in for another base hit, and it gets past the right fielder as well. One run will score. Here comes the second run as well. Scott, she will score, and going into second base standing is Lehman. It'll be an RBI single plus the error out in right field. 7-2 lead now for Pennsylvania as they get those two runs back. Natalie Lehman helping her own cause right there. A two-run single plus the error. Delaney Schilling now will come up to the plate. And then for a strike 0-1. On the outside for a ball. 1-1. The 1-1. This is on the inside. 2-1. Misses out on the outside. A good stop behind the plate by Owens. It's now a 3-1 count. 3-1. Hit towards the circle and up to the middle. Play over by short by Holland. She makes the throw in time, and that will be the second out of the inning. They throw it over to third. They've got a runner calling a run down, and they will get the double play. It's a 1-3-5-2 double play. That will retire the side. Good defense right there by Delaware to end this half inning. We now head to the top of the sixth inning. Pennsylvania gets 2 more runs. They're now back up 5. They lead this one 7-2.
At Northwell Staten Island University Hospital, we're more than a hospital. We're a part of your life. With advanced care in heart health, cancer treatment, women's services, and emergency medicine, we're here when it matters most. From first breaths to life-saving moments, we deliver expert care with compassion 24/7. Because your health is personal, and we're proud to care for the community we call home. Northwell Health, Staten Island University Hospital, raising health right here on Staten Island.
When it comes to sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
Town Deli, we're glad to be your go-to pizzeria, serving you the best pies, signature sandwiches, and gourmet meals in Staten Island since 1971. Visit us at 5373 Arthur Kill Road to find out why we're the island's best for quick bites and full-sized catering. Whether in person or on location with our food truck making stops and bringing it all to you, Town Deli is where excellence in quality meets taste. Voted the island's best. Stop on in and let us serve you.
Spencer Breeding leads it off here in the top 6. 7-2 lead now for Pennsylvania in this game. Evie Scott will now come up to pitch in this spot. On the outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. This is high, ball 2. Quick 2-0 count here. 8, 9, and 10 up in the inning for Delaware. And misses for ball 3. Breeding, Brazier, and Phillips up in this inning for Delaware. Here comes the 3-0. Misses low and inside, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk issued to Breeding to start this top 6. Lily Brazier now will come up. Shows bunt, hits it towards the circle. Scott will make the throw over to first base in time, and that will allow Breen to go over to second base. There's one gone in the inning. Lee Phillips now comes up with a runner on second and 1 gone in the inning. Count goes to 1-0. Make it now 2-0. In their first strike, 2-1. Just hit chop foul at the plate, and it's now even at 2. As I mentioned for us here on this side of the field here at Great Kills, the next broadcast we will have will be Massachusetts and Maine. That's on the New England side of the region. As Phillips hits that one foul, remains 2-2. For this side of the region, New Jersey and Maryland will take place on the opposite side of the field where New York and Vermont are currently playing. These two teams will be watching closely to see what happens in that matchup. 2-2. In the dirt, did not hit the batter. There goes the runner over to third base. And no throw over to third. Breeding in there safely. It's now a full count here, 3-2. In that game, it is 5-1 New York. They're in the top of the 6th. 3-2. Half swing. Did she go? She did. Strike 3. And there is 2 away. So now 2 gone in the inning. Last chance here for Delaware. That'll be Shelly Bollinger. As we have another time call at the plate. The umpires are discussing something towards the third baseline. And the Phillips will stay at the plate. I think they called catcher's interference on that play. And they did. She's going to first base. So Bollinger will stay over at third. They call catcher's interference on the play at home. And now Phillips moves over to first base. So there's still just 1 out in the inning. Shelby Bollinger now comes up with 2 men on. In their first strike, there goes the runner Phillips, and there will be no throw. She's in there safely over at second base. So base hit right here for Bollinger could bring home 2 and make this a 3-run game. In their first strike, 0-2. Here comes the 0-2. In on the inside, strike 3. Bollinger down on strikes, and there is now officially 2 gone in the inning. Brings up Nora Bunting now with 2 gone. They've gone final in the other field, 5-1. New York wins that game. Child foul behind the plate, 0-1 the count. So New York wins the crossover play. They go to 1-0 now in pool play. Vermont will drop to 0-1. Pennsylvania now is 1 out away from starting pool play 1-0. Swung on a miss, 0-2. Delaware now down to their final strike. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on a miss in the dirt. Strike 3. That will do it. Pennsylvania starts pool play 1-0 as they defeat Delaware by the final of 7-2. It was good pitching along the way by Natalie Lehman for Pennsylvania. And the bats arrived for Pennsylvania early in this one. A 5-run first inning. Put them up early 5-0. Delaware made it 5-2. Pennsylvania got 2 more runs back in that last half inning to win this one 7-2 as they start pool play now 1-0. Delaware drops to 0-1 in pool play. For these two teams, their next games tomorrow, Pennsylvania has the first game of the day once again at 9 a.m. They will take on New Jersey. For this Delaware team, they will take on New York at 2 p.m. New York just won over on the other side of the field. They are now 1-0 in pool play. And on the other side of the New England region, it's Vermont that is now 0-1. As I mentioned as well, folks, here for us on PDF, on this side of the field here at Great Kills Little League, the next matchup we will have will be Massachusetts versus Maine. On the other side, it will be New Jersey versus Maryland. So for those that tuned into today's game, they're looking to see the other teams in the Mid-Atlantic region. You tuned into that other broadcast where my broadcast partner Joe Foreman is on. For those that are tuning in from the New England region, I will have the call for Massachusetts and Maine here on the PDF Sports Network. Once again, the final here, 7-2, Pennsylvania gets the victory. They go to 1-0 in pool play, and we'll see them tomorrow bright and early against New Jersey. Delaware will take on New York at 2 p.m. We'll be back here for coverage of our second game, third game overall on the PDF Sports Network, a pool play matchup between Massachusetts and Maine Little League right here on the PDF Sports Network.